Hi, this is Mrs. Purple. Welcome to my podcast, The Right Mind for Any Time. Here you will get the world view from my perspective. So buckle up for another episode of knowledge, wisdom, and a good time. Enjoy the show. Miss Purple, The Right Mind for Any Time. I decided since it's Negro History Week, I wanted to focus on some of the women that I admire. When I was coming up, I liked Shirley Chisholm and Barbara Jordan. I think Barbara Jordan from out of Texas. They were the people that were very prominent in politics when I was coming up in the 70s. But the person I most admire was my grandmother. Very strict woman, taught you how to be a housewife, I guess if you want to become a housewife. But I was more into learning about education so I could become my own independent self. She taught you how to can food. She taught you how to pick collard green. She taught you how to dig the ground up and plant watermelon and tomatoes. And she also taught you about Good Friday, when it's a good time to plant vegetables and stuff. She was a very strict woman, very religious. When you play outside, you didn't play in the house. You went to Sunday school on Sunday, and the clothes that you wore to church, you didn't play in them, or you didn't wear them to school. So even today, my clothes are separated. What I wear out, what I wear to church, what I wear out to dinner, they separated to this point. She also taught you how to be very kind and courteous to your neighbor. We had this lady named Miss Dathina. Oh my gosh, she was something else. If she reported you to my grandmother, you are going to get 2 whipping. And this lady didn't do nothing but watch the kids in the neighborhood. At that time, when you were growing up, the neighborhood had a very strong influence on participating and watching out for your kids. I don't think that even exists today. Even when you go to church, somebody at church watch out for the kids. So the community was very involved in helping your kids to be raised up. And I don't think Miss Dathina had no kid. But when she told your grandmother that you did something, you can't say you didn't do it, because you're going to get a double whooping when she mentioned what you did. And she was so detailed how she told what you did. And my grandmother believed if when you play outside and when you come inside the house, it was over with. You play outside, you don't play on the inside. No kids allowed in the house unless adult is at home. And when the sun go down, you didn't need a watch on. When the sun go down, you had to be at home in the house. You can't stay out there and continue to play. And when you had school, you had to do your homework before you even decide to turn on, look at the TV. And when I was coming up, it was Lawrence Welks, and it was a lot of like Moms Mabel, Wagon Train, Lucille Ball. Those old. It wasn't like a whole bunch of picture that you could look at. You didn't have prime time and Netflix during that time. You either had 3 basic channels, channel 6, 13, and channel 11. That was your basic channel during that time. And the station was in black and white. And then if you want a color picture, you take the paper that's color and put it on the screen, then you have a color picture. But you tend to appreciate life better. You work harder, you study hard, you tend to have more respect for your neighbor. And you enjoy life better, because the holiday that we fested on was Christmas and 4th of July. Thank you for listening to my podcast.